good practice.
This one is garbage, I guess.
So this is another one?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're already full, eh? Okay, so pine mushroom.
Down there.
So when they're young, they're completely rounded and completely covered by a veil. So oftentimes you'll see a completely rounded mushroom. So people have been coming up with waxy caps and whatnot, and they will form fully underground, so under the moss or under the dirt. The ones that she found were right under this log here. Occasionally you'll find them under a log. This is probably its preferred tree host. A couple of ways you can identify the pines. One is that, as I had mentioned to some of you here today, it grows in a sandy silt deposit called podzol. So every time you harvest a pine mushroom, it's going to have this gritty gray sand at the bottom because that's its soil preference. The stalk of the pine mushroom tapers, so it's widest at the top and tapers to an almost point in a lot of cases. The bottom part of the stalk is typically has prominent stains on it, and above where the veil broke on the top of the stalk, it's usually a cleaner yellow color. They are a very solid mushroom compared to their lookalikes. You can pass this around, sniff it. It should give you a nice cinnamon scent to it. And so what we're always looking for when we're looking for the pine mushrooms is just a little bit of white sticking out of the substrate it's growing in. And as we've walked down here, we've actually come into a grove where there's more pine trees mixed in with the hemlock and Douglas fir. So the soil that we've seen as we've come further down is actually prime pine mushroom picking area territory. So yeah, so typically what I do is with the pine mushroom, especially if you're going to be commercially foraging them, the buyers and the chefs will only take a full pine mushroom. So you want to get down and find the bottom of the stalk with your finger, and then you can gently wiggle it out. And you can see again, this one is actually even a better specimen. It's a little younger. You see that clean white top of the stalk and a stained bottom of the stalk, and that sandy soil again.
I just sniffed it.
And typically what I do after I find the pine mushroom, since we don't want to be invasive in the forest, is I will pat that soil or moss back down. And it looks like somebody was probably for the last day or two and had already harvested from this site.
Oh.
And so when I find them, oftentimes our pines are going to have maybe 5 or 6 of them growing in a cluster. So sometimes I'm going to pat down the soil right around where I find them to see if there are any buttons that are hidden in there.
Boo, do you want to clean them?
Here you go, guys.
Do you want to keep one? Keep one.
You have
We're happy to share.
Yeah. Are they for like frying or? Oh.
Yeah, so there we go. We got...
Wow.
Yes, there you go, my mushroom queen.
She was determined.
Thank you, all your Russian people background, and she has it too.